This is Keerthana and I'm a sports and exercise psychologist. Uh, you may be wondering how to pursue this particular field because it is pretty niche, and what is the scope of this particular field. Sports in India is a growing field, and sports psychology, because of COVID, is also growing. The awareness towards mental health has increased over the last 2 years, especially in the field of sports. So, the demand for sports psychologists in India has increased tremendously from no awareness at all to right now, huge demand for sports psychologists. So, if you were to pursue sports and exercise psychology or sports psychology as such, then the best way to go about it is to do a bachelor's in either sports science or psychology. A BSc, a bachelor's in science degree, is required, and then pursue a master's in sports psychology, which is definitely available in a couple of universities in India as well as abroad. Now, what is the scope of sports psychology in India, and where are the fields? I mean, which are the areas we can work in? So, we can work as sports psychologists in right from grassroots levels to elite levels, and most people require sports psychologists, most athletes require sports psychologists. In the grassroots training level, it will be more in terms of mental training as such, to develop particular skills, to develop particular mental skills, mind related skills, which is where we help them a lot. As kids, they develop a lot of skills easily, and we would help them in terms of you know growing that skills, in terms of training them for those particular skills. When it comes to elite athletes, of course, a lot of pressure, a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, so we help them with that, facing fears, anxiety, addressing those issues, as well as working with the mental skills because they may have missed out on training them when they were much younger. So this is the areas where we work on, and we can also work in terms of, we can work with academies, we can work with teams, we can work with individuals as such. The scope is very wide, the demand is pretty high, and the demand in the next 5 years as well will keep increasing because the awareness towards mental health has increased a lot. When it comes to salary, initially, I mean, a few years ago, since the demand wasn't too high, it was a little different. But right now, it depends on how many athletes you consult and what kind of practice you are looking for, whether you're planning to practice it along with another sports psychologist or are you part of the team. So it totally depends, it totally varies from a lakh a month to probably 1.5. Again, depending on your qualification, depending on other factors as well. The starting salary can be, say about 25 to 30 a month, depending on where you're working and what your qualifications are and from where you've graduated as well.